Hi, how are you? So in this video I want to talk about this very interesting little camera. This is called the Konica POP. And as many of you know, I've been a collector of film cameras for many years. And I've also been a very big fan of the Konica line of cameras. And I really feel that this is a line of cameras that gets very overlooked and very underrated. Many of you are probably familiar with Hexanon lenses, and you know, Hexanon lenses to this day have such an excellent reputation, and the Konica cameras that came out sort of starting in the 60s and right up into the 80s, they all came with Hexanon lenses. And even this little one, even though it's a little simple point and shoot, it has a Hexanon lens. And it's a fun little camera. At the end of the video, I'll share with you some images that I shot with this camera. And what really attracted it to me was the color. It's a really beautiful, awesome, vibrant red color. And this line of cameras actually came out in the early 1980s. Konica released it at that time, and from what I understand, I've seen different ads for the Konica POP, and it came in a wide range of colors, but there was just always something about the red one. It just always really appealed to me, and I always wanted one, and I ended up buying this one online a few years ago now. It's just such a fun, compact, easy to use camera that I wanted to do a little video about it. So I'll quickly go over all the different features that are offered. Again, it's a very basic point and shoot, but I'll tell you some of the features of this little camera. So starting here in the middle, as I mentioned, we have this Hexanon lens, and it's a 36mm f4 lens, and you don't have a lot of options on this camera for settings. However, you can change the ISO, and there's a little button down here at the bottom. And when I move that, I can change the ISO. And you basically have three choices. You have 100, 200, or 400, depending on what speed of film that you're using in this particular camera. You have your viewfinder up here, and you have a flash that pops up, and that's what this button over here is for. Yeah, so you'd basically pop the flash up, and usually it would take a few seconds to warm up, and when it was ready, you could take your photo with the flash. But when it wasn't in use, you just push it down and keep it like that, like so. On the bottom, so here we have our tripod mount, and what's really interesting, what I find interesting about this camera, most of the time the film rewind lever is on the top. I would say over 90% of the time it's on the top. But in this particular camera, it's on the bottom. And you can see it's this really big sort of lever that you pull out like so, and then you can rewind the film. Yeah, and then when you're done, you see there's like a little recessed hole there, and that's where the tip of the lever rests, like so. Very unique, very interesting. And here's your battery compartment over here, and it basically took two AA batteries. Up on the top, again, not a whole lot to see, pretty simple. We have our film advance lever here, we have the shutter release, and we have the film counter there. And again, on the back, there we have our viewfinder, there's our flash ready light. And when I open this thing up, and that's basically what it looks like on the inside. Very simple, very compact. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Actually, I'm just realizing it's been a while since I've used this camera. I think I just told you that that was the flash ready light, but I'm thinking over here that might be actually the flash ready light. I'll have to look online and verify that. One of those may actually be for underexposure warning or something like that. But basically that is the Konica POP. It rests very well in the hand. It's very portable. This is the kind of camera that was really marketed to, I think, younger people back in the day. You know, if you were a young person sort of in your early 20s and you were going to the beach one summer's day with a bunch of friends, this would be the sort of camera that you would bring along with you. Or if you were going to a friend's birthday party, you had the built-in flash and you could very easily take some shots of the birthday party. It was intended, I think, to be very sort of very basic, very easy to use, and very portable. And you also have the strap over here to the left of the camera. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, again, very lightweight, very fun. I love the red color. And as I said, in a moment, I'll share with you some actual photos that I took with the Konica POP. So I'm very curious, are you a fan of Konica cameras? Do you own any? Have you ever owned or used the Konica POP? What do you think about it? What 35mm point and shoots do you enjoy using? Please feel free to leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do. It's always greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.